Hey guys, so we're on lesson 6.5 and you need to go ahead and write down the objectives. We're going to identify proportional parts within triangles. We're going to calculate missing links using proportional relationships of corresponding parts of similar triangles. So make sure you copy that down. I think it's important that you understand what it is that we're working on today. And it's kind of a continuation, and it's not different than what we've been doing throughout this whole module. So we're just going to kind of continue on that, and the more we practice, the easier it'll get. Okay, so we're going to start here with a teacher example, and you can't see this because I'm in the way there, but always start by setting up proportions. And that's written on every single slide where I'm asking you to do this, because that is our first step, is to set up our proportions. So let's do that. So I already marked this, that AB corresponds to DE, so AB and DE are corresponding parts. So 4/7 equals, and then I've got here already marked that BC corresponds to EF. So BC and EF. So I'm going to put equals, since the 4 is on top here, I'm going to put the x on top, x over 14. And then I'm going to solve that proportion by cross multiplying. So 14 times 4 equals 7 times x. Okay, so 14 times 4 is 56. 56 equals 7x, 7 times x. So to solve for x, I'm going to divide by 7. Divide by 7. 8 is equal to x. Okay? We're going to do a practice problem. Always start, it says it again, always start by setting up proportions, which is what we need to do. Okay? So once again, AB corresponds to DE. So I have 5/8 is equal to BC corresponds to EF. So 7/x. Okay, and then I'm going to cross multiply. I have 7 times 8 is equal to 5 times x. Okay. 7 times 8 is 56, equals 5x. To isolate the x or get the x by itself, I'm going to go ahead and divide by 5. Okay. And I'm going to get 11 1/5. If you want to leave it as improper fraction, you could and get away with it. But 11 1/5 is equal to x. Okay, we're going to continue. Okay, again, same triangle. ABC is similar to DEF, and right here, a reminder: always start by setting up your proportion, which is what I'm asking you to do. Okay, so I still have that AB corresponds to DE, and you might pause this and work this on your own before I work it out. So that would be the best thing. So 5 times, oops, I don't know why I keep doing that. I have to set up my proportion. Okay, sorry about that. So x over 5 is equal to 10/12. Okay, so I'm going to solve by cross multiplying. 5 times 10 equals 12 times x. Okay, so 50 is equal to 12x. To isolate the x, I'm going to do the opposite, or divide by 12. Divide by 12. And there I'm going to have 4 is going to be 48 with 2 left over. Okay, which is equal to 4 1/6. Okay. So you can go ahead and switch your cups to show me how you feel about what we're doing so far. If you're not still on green, go ahead and switch them so that you can get some questions answered, okay? Okay, so here's an example. And in this case, let's scoot this down here for now. ABC corresponds or is similar to EDC. So ABC, so 4 over x is equal to 2 over 7. Okay, same steps as the other problems. It's just setting it up. We have to look at the triangle of what parts correspond to each other a little bit differently. So 7 times 4 is 28 equals 2 times x. To isolate x, I'm going to divide by 2. And I'm going to get 14 is equal to x. Okay? So for practice, okay, if you want to pause it and work this one on your own to see how you're going to do, then that's a great strategy for practicing these. I'm going to do x over 10 is equal to 2 over 6. Okay, and then to solve for that, I'm going to cross multiply. 6 times x is equal to 2 times 10. So 6x is equal to 20. To isolate the x or get the x by itself, I'm going to divide by 6. Divide by 6. X is equal to 3 and 2/6, which would simplify to 3 and 1/3. Okay, if you're not sure how I did that, you would divide, right? 3 times 6 is 18. To borrow, you have 2 left over. And I use that 2 to make my fraction. 2 on the top. Okay, and then divide from there. Okay? All right. Okay, this is a self, so this one you should be pausing and working out on your own. And after you get that worked out, or you get stuck, you can go ahead and push play and let me work it with you. Okay? So 5 over 12 is equal to x over 8. Okay, same steps. We're going to cross multiply. 8 times 5 equals 12 times x. To isolate the x or get the x by itself, I'm going to divide by 12. Okay, 12 times 3 is 36, and that would give me 4 left over. Okay, and I could simplify that by dividing the numerator and denominator by 4. And I still have 3 as my whole number and 1/3. Okay, so adjust your adjust your cups as you need to if you have questions or you need help. Okay, so let's continue. Okay, so solve for x and AE equals 10, and that's important because we can't solve that if you don't notice up here that they tell us that AE equals 10. Okay, so we're going to set up our proportion. Here is our similarity statement if we need to refer back to it. So AB corresponds to AE, and they told us that that was 10. So 4 over 10 is equal to, and this is going to be a little bit tricky, but AC is equal to 6, and then this is the tricky part. AD is 6 plus x, because it's this distance from A to C plus this distance, right, to get the whole thing. So once again, I'm going to cross multiply to solve. I have 10 times 6 is equal to 4 times all of this. So we have to use distributive property. Okay, we have to use distributive property. So 10 times 6 is 60 is equal to, and I have to distribute this 4 to both. So 4 times 6 is 24. Plus 4 times x is 4x. Okay, I'm going to give us a little bit more space here. I'm going to draw my line here, and we're going to use this as our variable side and this is our number side. So I'm going to minus 24 from both sides. Okay, I'm going to have to borrow there. Okay, and I get 36 is equal to 4 times x. And to isolate the x or get the x by itself, I'm going to do the inverse or the opposite. I'm going to divide by 4. And 36 divided by 4 is 9. So x equals 9. Okay. A little bit trickier because we had to distribute. Okay, but same steps. Okay. Same type of problem here. Okay, so this is, like I said, pause it, work it out with somebody, and then go ahead and push play so you can see if you got the same thing. Let's see what they tell us up here because I missed it. So AE equals 12. AE equals 12 and it corresponds to this. So I have 4 over 12 is equal to 6 over this whole piece, which is going to be 6 plus x. Okay? So I'm going to cross multiply. I have 12 times 6 is equal to 4 times that amount. So 4 times 6 plus x. Okay? And I have to distribute that 4 to both of those. So 12 times 6 is 72 is equal to 6 times 4 plus 4 times x. Don't forget to do both of those. Okay, same thing. I'm going to variable side, number side. Okay, I'm going to undo this equation. I'm going to minus 24 and then divide by 4. So minus 24 and I get 48 is equal to 4x or 4 times x. So I'm going to divide by 4, divide by 4, and I get x equals 12. Okay? Okay. Wow, we got to the end of that pretty quick. So go ahead and work on the assignment. If you need help, feel free to help each other. And when I get back, I'll help you if you still need help. Okay? Thanks, guys.